Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're catching this particular replay. Hey, I'm Altovise at Altovise Unmuted across social media. And this is our 2 p.m. Logie call, where we come together with our fellow Logies and talk about not only the platform, but what it is doing for us as content creators across multiple opportunities and platforms. This Friday, we are talking about quite a few things because there's a really big change happening through Amazon. Amazon is cutting the strings, cutting the umbilical cord. They are removing some of the reporting opportunities for us as content creators. So we will not be able to see some of the reports. And it has everybody in an uproar. It has people frustrated. It has people second guessing if they should really be doing this program. And we're gonna put some real information into it because I always tell you guys I speak from that marketing and retail side. And so I'm always talking to businesses and brands. I'm always talking to other platforms where content creators have the opportunity to be able to gain access to products, promote stuff, all types of things. And one of the things that I saw that came through this week were emails, emails from brands, emails from brands that were not currently on Creator Connections, emails from companies that were not using Creator Connections. And because of this change on March 9th, they are moving to Creator Connections. And it's like, ooh. So what does that mean? That means a few things. So if you have older videos, this is the perfect time for you to use the Oink storefront health check feature to see if your older videos are still connected to products, and kind of look at your storefront health check. But also, this is something where that means that there's going to be more brands on Creator Connections, more opportunities on Creator Connections. But those opportunities are brands and products that are potentially already oversaturated. So if this is why this is so important for you as somebody who may be in the silver or the bronze, for you may see these brands come in and get really excited because you're like, oh, it's a new brand. It's a product that I can use or a product that I can promote. But the ones that are coming in, a lot of them have already been working with content creators outside of Creator Connections for years. And that means that they're going to come in and they're bringing products that are already oversaturated. And they may send samples, they may not. But I want to give you that warning ahead of time because I don't want you to get excited like, oh my goodness, we got all these new. All right. Some of them, I want you to do a few things when you look at these campaigns now that are coming in. You're going to look at the product because you're going to look and see when the product was uploaded, if this is a product that's been there for a while. Here's why I'm saying that. And give me a moment. I'm going to break it all down for you. You're going to look at when the product was uploaded because you cannot go based upon the reviews for the product. You can't go up. Here's why. Some of these brands will come in and they will have the same product, but they will have a new ASIN. That's why I said now is the time for you to go and actually do the Oink storefront health check to see if some of your older videos may come up currently unavailable or it's untagged. And that's what you're going to be looking for to see if they just have a new ASIN for those products. The other thing that I want y'all to be very careful of is that some of these brands that will be coming in are brands that are not looking out for your interests. These are some of the brands that steal videos, which is why I said we're going to have to be very adamant about, okay, checking and seeing if you have the copyright situation with OIC, checking to see those videos. This is going to be the time where that's going to be important, because some of these brands, if they come in and they switch out to a new ASIN, you're going to need to know, okay, the process to be able to do a copyright strike, and also be adamant about doing it on a regular basis so you're protecting your content. So everybody still with me so far? Hold on, let me go back. And even Andrew put it, yeah, Andrew had put it before we started. I think we're going to see a big drop in influencers in the program with this reporting change. And I feel like that's going to be, that could possibly be true, because it's going, the opportunities that they had with the actual reports, some of them were using it to determine what kind of products they were going to get. Some of them were using it with OINK, with the daily fetch and things like that. So it's, you're going to see who actually has a plan and who's actually sticking to the plan to see things out, right? And somebody else commented, Stephanie said, I'm all for that. Hopefully it's the ones who don't follow the rules, that part. And Andrew said, I think it might be a combo of those who don't follow the rules and those who just give up because they don't understand what being an influencer really means, and just focus on-site rather than driving traffic to Amazon like they should. That brings up another great point. The focus is going to be offsite. So for those of you that were in our 12 o'clock influencer call, you know that our amazing host, Eileen, shared some insight on the platforms for you to be able to post offsite and what that looked like. And so she asked AI best platforms for offsite promotion according to the Ask Creator Assistant, which is the AI for your back office in your dashboard. It comes up. Now, everybody may not have it yet. So, but Facebook was the number one. Instagram was number two. Here's why that's important. My sister, who's also a content creator, listens, and I often tell you guys, post the behind the scenes, post the bloopers, post that stuff. Get it out there, because again, it allows you to be able to grow on social media, but also you can still be able to utilize that to be able to work with brands and get brand deals and things, not just on, Amazon with Creator Connections, but offsite as well, right? She posted a blooper from a video that she was doing, and she posted it on Instagram and on Facebook. On Instagram, it currently has almost 90,000 views. Went completely viral. On Facebook, I don't know what the view count was, but I'll have her check it and see what the view count was there. Went viral there too. Here's the thing. She didn't put any hashtags in the post, which speaks volumes, because the platforms are always telling you, add your hashtags, add this hashtag, use this hashtag. We want you to use this hashtag. She used absolutely no hashtags. And the video went viral. So we're seeing opportunity for us as content creators where it doesn't have to be, we don't have to do what we were doing before and still be able to get a great reach. She's gotten followers because of it. She also, I told her she has it pinned. She was also able to put in her story, which is a little bonus. She put in her story because she did her first live stream this week. So that was a bonus, because she put in her story the link for people to go and check out the live stream on Amazon. And then she got followers on Amazon because she put it there and she had been going viral. And please, people, of course, are going to go in the stories and kind of check those out sometimes, right? Great opportunity there. Sometimes we make it a whole lot more than what it needs to be. But we're in a space where we can focus on offsite. Again, Facebook and Instagram, are the top two on this list that Eileen has in the chat. She has Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, Reddit, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Those are the ones that were given to her when she put in this prompt and then she asked for this list. And TikTok, we know people kind of, again, it's really big on what hashtag you use. They even give you the opportunity to find trending topics and things like that. But now that they've started giving you that insight, everybody's using that. It's become oversaturated. So now, what if we post without hashtags there too? Would it have the same effect? Now, she didn't post this particular video on TikTok. She just put it on Instagram and Facebook. But it definitely, again, means that there's an opportunity there if we're paying attention. So Michelle said, I'm not understanding why more sellers will be joining Creator Connections just because of the change coming on Monday. Here's why. Not all, there are brands and I'm trying to find a way to say it the best. There are brands and there are programs outside of Creator Connections where influencers can work with these brands, they can work with these programs, and you create a sales data report that you submit to them for payment. If you don't have access to that information from the reporting, then you can't submit a sales data sheet for them for payment. And so in order, their fix for it is they're just going to go to Creator Connections, which is wild. Stephanie said, I saw a brand had 0 influencer videos and all seller videos. Looked stolen from influencers. Checked all products sold by the brand. Saw the same product with a different ASIN and those influencer videos on the listing. Exactly. So we're going to have to be really paying attention to doing those checks, doing that storefront health check, doing that copyright check. And some people may not. They may say, you know what, that's too frivolous for me to pay attention to those things. But in reality, we know that, again, this is what happens with this particular program. This is what happens with us being content creators on Amazon. We've seen it happen for years and years and years. And there's always going to be some brand that tries it or does it, that part. Oh, thank you, Eileen. Michelle said, I still don't have an Amazon follower account. Really? You don't have a live stream account? Andrew said, hashtags just increase searchability for those who search by hashtags. If people don't search by hashtags, it's not as helpful because it really, did I say Antoine? I'm Andrew. It really depends on the hashtag to show up in the search results. Why I don't use many of them and only occasionally use them to increase searchability for certain products. True. And so the fact that this particular video went viral without it having any hashtags, and I don't even remember do you have the actual caption that you put for Instagram? Okay, she's gonna pull up the caption and I'll, read the caption of what it is, what it said. And so again, the keywords may still be important for the algorithm, but do we actually need to put it as a hashtag? We may not need to put it as a hashtag anymore.
I promise y'all she was ready to fight me.
Oh, that was the hashtag. I mean, the hashtag. The caption was, I promise y'all she was ready to fight me. And that's all it said. No deep introspective reflections, no nothing. That's all it said, and went completely viral. Antoine said, I had so many videos stolen. It's a shame. Exactly. I've had videos stolen. I've had brands reach out and try to do some shanky Yankee stuff, and they'll send you an email. It's bananas. Oh, okay. Michelle said, I do, but my follower count went to 0 and never went back. I had 20 plus followers. Oh, wow. And Eileen asked you a question in the comments as well. Right? Everyone wants to see a fight. And again, That's why when we're talking about putting the content on social media, it's not just putting the post out there. Like that's the easiest part is having the post on the page. That's the easiest part. What are you doing with the content? Like, what are you doing with the engagement from that post? That's where, like, we can automate and have a post go up, but are you going back and actually engaging with people who are commenting? Are you engaging with people who are sharing it to their stories? Because you can actually go and like it in their stories to give it a heart. Are you going and actually doing the work afterwards? Like, are you setting a day where you're just going through and responding to posts or responding to messages? Are you doing that extra step when it comes to your offsite content? Now, I know Benable was not on the list, but Benable has the option for you to be able to respond to messages. And, somebody may like, your list. Well, respond to the messages. Like that's building up more engagement and give yourself, like I say, a day where you just go through and kind of respond to different messages. Mm. Oh, okay. Eileen gave her some great info in the chat. Antoine said, I was testing when I give it a negative title, I get more views. That part, because people nosy. Andrew said, I still haven't gotten a weekly email for anyone I follow, like they told us either. I have not gotten a weekly email for anybody uploading content. I have gotten notifications on Amazon for when people go live, but I have not seen anything for people uploading content at all. Let us know in the comments if anybody else has seen, because remember a bit ago we were supposed to be getting a email of people we follow, and some at one point some people were getting the emails and content that you should look at, and it had a few people from our community in the email, but I have since then really haven't heard anything else about it. Eileen said Meta pushes all content that sounds controversial. That part. Andrew said, I got the one push notification when you went live a few weeks ago, but nothing since then. And it's interesting too, because even when you look at the live stream, they have it on there, like how many people get the actual notification. And we will say this, I think Amazon is trying to do more with live stream and kind of giving you a little more exposure with live stream. And the on site, there's always going to be people looking at the videos because they're on site, but I think they're kind of looking a little more at the live streaming piece and the off site piece. Eileen said, when I went live the other day, the people in the chat said they got the notification. Good, 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 good. Did they get it in their email or did they get it on their actual app? Because I typically get mine in the app. I haven't gotten any in the email, but I do get them in the app. In the app. Yeah, that's what I was seeing as well. Which is interesting because I'm like, are they still working on it? Are we? Is it just they didn't like it? Like, what happened? Because y'all know, even with this change, so the change is happening on the 9th. We got an email about that. The change with the sponsorship opportunity, we got the email about that. But we haven't really gotten any webinars in quite a while. Like they haven't done any webinars in a bit, with updates and allowing us to ask questions and all of those things as well. So with the increase of brands coming to creator connections, um, there's opportunity there, but again, you have to buyer beware. You have to be very careful that you are paying attention to the content you're putting out. Pay attention to the words in the creator connection campaigns. There will be some of them that say that they want the actual video. There will be some of them that say they want you to do it within a week. They want you to do it within a few days of getting the content. I mean, getting the product. So you have to now pay a lot more attention to those breakdowns that they have. And I know because it's hard because when we were doing Halo sales and Fetch sales, we weren't actually reading the campaigns all the time. Some people were just accepting it and moving on. And man, the wording that they are using in these campaigns can be dangerous. Somebody said, I'm having issues with uploading to countries with videos in their language, German, French, etc. I upload in that language, but yet they all still get kicked out by AI for not being the language of the platform. I'm so frustrated. That's interesting. So if is Lane in the room? In the room where it happens. The room where it happens. I don't know if Lane's in right now or if he's able to speak right now.
Hey, what's
But
up?
oh, there he is. Okay, so Lane, when it comes to uploading the videos on the other storefronts in a different language, have you done that yet?
Ooh, a long time ago, I did it with like one or two videos just to kind of test it out because I was looking at all the AI dubbing services and whatnot. And the couple that I tried got accepted, but like I said, that was a lot, like probably 2002 or something like that whenever I was looking at it. So, I do know that in the past I've gotten accepted, but I haven't tried it recently, so I don't have any data on it.
Mm.
I mainly use my translations for YouTube because YouTube lets you add in the audio dub on the back end of the video so other people can find it in other languages.
Ah, okay. Oh, Eileen also asked the question, is your title in that language also?
For me, yes. I don't know if she wanted my answer or the person in the chat.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Uh, so as it stands right now, a lot of people aren't uploading them in. A lot of people, we don't know of a lot of people. I'll say it like that. Let me rephrase it. We don't know of a lot of people that's uploading the videos in a different language on the other platforms. The majority of the people that I know that have been uploading videos to the other platforms have been uploading them all in English. So I know for the ones that I've uploaded for other platforms, they've all been in English and I haven't had any problems with them being rejected. Um, but again, I don't know if it may be a glitch on the Amazon side. It's a possibility. So if you haven't done so already, I would create a ticket. Just try to reach out and see if that may be the possibility. Now we know we're creating a ticket and reaching out. You may or may not actually get a response. You may or may not get an answer, but I would reach out because again, it may be a glitch on their side, to where it's catching it because it may be a thing of the translation being going through the filter system and something sounding like it's something that shouldn't be on the video. I don't. I'm trying to find the right way to say that. You may be uploading it in the translation, but if the translation is off by a little bit, or then it might be a snafu where when they're picking it up, they're like, "You're not supposed to say that word." That could be the other thing too. It could be a word or something that's banned on that particular site that may not be banned on the US site. Because we do have a lot of that happening as well, where there's stuff that we can say that they can't say, and there's stuff that they can say that we possibly can't say. Let me go back. Stephanie said, yes, I just click away from any that want copyright for a sample. It has been suggested to negotiate with them, but I don't have the energy for that. I would just rather not even work with them, with those brands. And again, as someone who's been doing this for years now, there are some where the opportunity is a great one. It's beneficial for you, but you have so many others where, oh my goodness, you go through all types of stuff. There are still brands that are saying, hey, purchase the product and we'll give you, we'll return the money to you. Just careful because we know also that when Amazon does changes, then some people, there's always somebody that get kicked out the program for doing something. Something gets highlighted and then they gone. Um, Andrew said some of the emails said March 4th for some things and March 9th for others. So from now until the 10th, I would expect there to be bugs, outages, because Amazon is famous for breaking things when they update stuff. Very true. Oh, Eileen said the question was for a Zoom user, and I think Zoom user, because it says Zoom user, I'm not sure who it is. Oh, it's Megan. Hey, Megan. Megan said, I did translate the title and it didn't help. My subtitles are in the language too. Ah, yeah, it may be that it's catching something and we just don't know what that something may be. And it can be flagging it like that. It's the same way how on the US side, there's certain words you can't use. There's certain brands that you can't use their name in the title of the video, and the title for the video. It's just that could potentially be it, and it makes it a little harder because it's in a different language, so you can't really tell what that may be. Okay, you did email and create a ticket. Yes. Andrew said, "Yep, it's a pain in the behind, indeed." Said I did email and create a ticket and got no response so far. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So Eileen gave a great response in the comments. She said, don't add subtitles. AI might be getting confused. And Megan said that's worth a try. And definitely update us when you do it, because you may not be the only one that's going through it. You just the only one that spoke up about it. Stephanie said one thing about Logie, we don't need to accept campaigns. The whole, wait a minute. Sorry about that. The whole, where'd it go? Okay, there it is. The whole brand catalog is able to earn higher commissions. This will earn that extra commission even if we can't see our sales in real time. Exactly. Yeah, one of the ways that Logie is better, and that was one of the things that I wanted to point out to you guys. So right now we have a great opportunity with the Logie platform, and it's us being able to get access to samples at 50% off. They talked about it earlier on the 12 p.m. call, and I wanted to reiterate that, especially with this change that's coming and all of these brands that are going to be coming into Creator Connections, some with great opportunities for you and some with no opportunities at all, but they're there, right? Same way we see a whole bunch of brands that are kind of spamming the program in Creator Connections. So the fact that we have this 50% off opportunity with Logie, it gives you kind of a leg up, because you don't know if brands will send samples in Creator Connections. Because we did say with all these changes that brands are going to stop sending as many samples. And we've started seeing them put it in the actual description for their campaign. They're only sending out 5 samples. They're only sending out samples for the top creators. I even saw one that said, we're only sending out samples for creators that have 100,000 followers. Like, they're being a lot more specific and intentional about who it is they want to work with, even though we already know that micro influencers can generate sometimes the same amount, if not more, conversion for certain products. So it doesn't really matter if you have 100,000 followers sometimes, because you can have 100,000 followers and not sell anything. There's that. But definitely, right? Just as much, if not more than big influencers. So this is your opportunity. So if you're in, it doesn't matter what section you're in. It doesn't matter if you're bronze, silver, gold, or platinum. Making sure that you're making some investments in some samples, you're doing that research is important. It's important. Listen, it's important. Because you gotta have that understanding that this is still a business. Amazon was created it first was created for books, but then it was created for brands and customers. Us being in the mix of it is on the back end. And one of the reasons why we see stuff break apart and break down anytime they make updates that are supposed to be better for us sometimes. But we're coming in still on the back end. So they still want you to do offsite like crazy. And they want you to utilize the opportunities that are there on the platform. They've talked to you multiple times about deep linking. Y'all know Lane has been talking to y'all about deep linking, automation. These things are really important because you're setting yourself up to where you don't have to be in front of your computer 24 hours a day in order for you to be successful in the program. You have to pay attention to what's going on. And then you have to put some plans in place and implement on those plans.
And it just gives you good diversification whenever they do make all these changes and whatnot. You still have some eggs over here that you can still rely on, which is the reason why I like to automate as much as I can so that it goes out further. And another thing that I automate is blog posts as well. So that is like an asset that I own. Like nobody can change the dynamic of that website there. Mix that with a newsletter and that is like prime right there. So um you guys want automation, y'all know where to find it, I think, by now. So
And again, that's why it's so important for us to pay attention to things like this. So this is why Logie stands out, because you have that 50% off coupon opportunity where you can get 50% off of certain samples on there. And it's actually some really great ones. I make it a habit, a monthly investment to invest in samples from Logie specifically. And I will say this past month, I made almost half of what I made on Amazon on site, on just through Logie. And it continues to increase because I'm making that investment in the samples, because I'm going ahead and I'm posting it in multiple areas. Y'all know the opportunity for us to be able to put our information, our Amazon storefront on our Pinterest. That opportunity is now available. So if you're not using Pinterest, this is a great opportunity. This is the moment where you want to start using it, possibly because of what they're going to be doing over there. And they actually have some other things that they're going to be that they've been talking about. Also, I think LTK has something that they're going to be doing with Instagram, and I think they have something that they may be doing with Pinterest as well. So you see a lot of collaborations happening with the platforms, and the platforms that are specifically for content creators and influencers to be able to make more money, and the platforms where you're already posting content. It's just a matter of putting a plan in place on how you're going to best utilize those platforms, or if you're going to use them at all. Because the reality is you can't always touch every single space, and that's okay. But you still have to be able to make sure that you are diversifying, that you are going ahead and not just putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, earlier I said that with the increase of brands coming to creator connections, you want to make sure that you are checking ASINs. Here's why this is important. Even though we won't be able to see those reports, the issue that comes in a lot of times is that people will go and accept a campaign for a creator connection, and then they'll think that it's the same because it's the product that they have, and it's not the same ASIN. They'll think it's the same because it was the ASIN that they had, but the brand did a new campaign with a new ASIN of the same product because they had to upload it. So the one you have, it says currently unavailable. And now they have a new one, same product, just a new ASIN, but they have a whole new campaign. So now you're not making any money because the one that you had says currently unavailable, but it's selling. It's not the same ASIN. And so many people get frustrated because they're like, "Oh, I saw this many sold, and I saw this many sold, and it's the same ASIN." But here's the thing: if you go to the campaign, does it say currently unavailable? When you go to the product that your ASIN, that your content is connected to, does it say product unavailable? That may be why you're getting the money for it on the Amazon side and not getting it on the creator connection side. And people get so frustrated by that. And that I know that that's one of those reasons why Amazon is like, we sick of this. We're sick of these reports. Y'all just gonna figure it out. Because again, if you're not paying attention to those things, then you can definitely get caught up and thinking that you're making a certain amount or that you've done a certain number of sales and you haven't. I've seen this happen for a couple campaigns that I've already been in. There are campaigns that you have right now where if you look at the campaign, there's no picture there anymore. And if you click on it, there's no product there anymore. It's usually because that particular brand is no longer on Amazon. And it may be a current campaign. It may be it's still as an active campaign, but you're not making anything from it because it's not on Amazon. Or that particular product's not there anymore, so you're not making anything from it. So again, if you have not done so, make sure that you're going and doing that storefront check, the storefront health check, and that copyright check. At least, I would say at least once every other week. Let me know if you already use them, how often do you use them? I think every other week is a good time, especially if you're somebody that's consistently putting up new content. That's a good time. Andrew said once a month. Yeah, I'm like, because you don't want to overdo it. Because again, you don't want to stress yourself out. But you do want to make sure that y'all know, I haven't said it in a long time, but you want to make sure that you know your numbers. Know your numbers. Michelle said once a month for copyright. Good. Not for unavailable videos. Every day for not available for not. I can talk. Every day for unavailable videos, I've got a backlog. That part. And when I tell y'all, there will be so many videos, and you'll go through, and some of them it has already updated. And there's a little button where you can click for it to go through and like go through them to see if any of them change. There's some, the product comes back, you're fine. There's others, the product doesn't come back, it's under a new ASIN. I just went through a video that I had for a Shure microphone, and it was under a new ASIN. So now that's Antoine just asked a good question in the comments. How can you find out if a seller changed the ASIN? So that's where the work comes in. Because you literally have to go and put that product in and do a search for that particular product. And Stephanie just put it down in the comments. One way is to look at all items they sell, not from their storefront. Mm-hmm. And I've even seen them, it's gotten so bad. I've even seen them, you'll click on the product and it has different colors, and it may have two of them that are black. And it's the same product, it's two different ASINs, but it's the same exact product. And one of them will say unavailable and the other one will say available. So that's where that extra work is going to come into play. Not ideal work that you would want to be doing, but definitely something that can be beneficial for you as a content creator. And again, this is stuff that I've already seen happening with the ASIN changes. It's not new, but I just wanted to let y'all know with the influx of brands that are about to come to Creator Connections, you're going to see it even more. So it's going to be something to pay attention to. Okay, I think I got all the questions, but are there any other questions about this change that's coming or something else that we need to do to kind of prepare to ride the wave of it? Because we don't know where this is going to take us. We don't know if at some point they're going to give us the access to the reports back. We don't know. Again, it's changing how we use some of the programs that we're currently using. Yes, that is a good question as well. Antoine put in the comments. So, should we run reports from previous years now? You should download your reports from previous years to be able to have them in your back office. Yes, you should. You most definitely should. And you can run your previous reports now. So that means between now and the ninth, you want to have that done, um, just so you can have that information in your backlog for
And I
your.
can add, Altovise, that I think that when you download the reports, it's limited to a year, 12 months or something that you can download or whatever it is. Then don't let it discourage you. Just select, the past year and then download it, and then go ahead and download the year before that, as long as you can go back. And if you've been a Logie member for a long time, then you have all the data in Logie without you having to worry about it. So that's another really cool thing. Logie is storing every single piece of, sale or return or anything that you had in a very organized way. So you have that on Logie as well, which is really, really awesome. Um, but if you go and download and it says you cannot download so far in time, it's just because you need to re-enter a new date, not because they don't let you download it. I think you just need to go and say January 1st, 2023 until December 31st, 2023, and that will actually give you that option. Or even if it's limited to a quarter or something, figure it out once you do it. And the game is to play with the dates rather than just to say, oh, they say you cannot download it. It's not that you cannot download it, it's that you just need to re-enter different dates. So that's just a little tip to keep in mind.
I told you it's beneficial for you to be on Logie if you're not already on it as a content creator, as an influencer, especially if you're an Amazon influencer, you should be on Logie. But even if you're an influencer on some of the other platforms, Logie is still very beneficial for you because you get access to, again, those 50% off samples. You get access to some other things, but also we're a community that we encourage each other, we support each other. But also we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Like everything's not rainbows and flying elephants. There's some stuff where we're like, no, that's just not working. And everything's not going to work for every person as well. And then I'm going to read what Andrew put in the comments as well, because this is really important. If you are somebody that is building brand relationships outside of Amazon, Andrew said, I had one brand change ASINs on a gaming headset 4 times in 1 year. Thankfully, they told me because they asked me to retag to the new ASIN. I quit working with them after that, though, because I'm not retagging the same items 4 times or more in a year because they change ASINs every quarter. So, but that speaks to having an actual relationship with the brand, not just asking a brand for a sample. But when you actually build brand relationships, now you're in communication with them. So it may be that there was a situation and they just had to change it. It may be that they're changing it because they're trying to get traction on it and they're not seeing traction on it. So they said, let's scrap it and try again. Let's reboot. They said, let's reboot it and try it again. And then, like I said, there's some times where they get flagged for something, and that's why it's no longer under that ASIN, and then they got to upload it as a new ASIN. I've even saw brands where the whole brand was gone, and then it came back, and I was like, well, now, friends, how do we handle that? And again, it could be brands that are in Creator Connections. It could be brands that you're connecting with outside of Creator Connections as well. Andrew said, I know that there are some that are Chinese sellers and they do the probation period only as well. That part. So they're not running verified accounts. And we talked about that last year, I think, where we were telling you guys that if you are a content creator on the Amazon platform, there's a difference between the vendors and the actual brands, and that if you click on the product, the vendor name or the brand name, it'll come up with the storefront if it's the brand, but you may have some that says generic, but it'll be the same product. It's because they're a vendor. You'll have some where it comes up a list of things that they sell, but it's not the actual storefront. So you got to be careful sometimes. There are some dupes on there as well. So definitely something to pay attention to, and especially when you're tagging. So I want to give this insight as well. I've seen this far too many times where people are saying, they got a sample from a brand, and now they don't know where the brand is. Like, they don't know which brand it was from. Because if they put it in Amazon, multiple brands come up with the same one. When you are connecting with a brand, or when you know that you have a sample coming in, create an idea list with those products. It's really easy to do. Even if you don't get the sample, you still have the product in an idea list on the page. But immediately, if you are reaching out to a brand, put that product in a list. Put it in an idea list immediately. Because here's why. You can always go to that list. When you upload it, click on the list, and those are all the new brands that you're working with, and be able to tag the product. Also, if you click on the product, when you go to your browsing history on Amazon, it'll be in your browsing history. So that's 2 ways that you know exactly what brand it is and what product ASIN it is when you are working with that particular brand. Antoine said, "Oh, great idea." Yes, I've seen way too many people post, "I don't know how to find this brand. I got the sample and now I can't find the brand. I don't remember where I messaged them." I've done it. Listen, after doing this for years, I said we're not about to keep having this merry-go-round moment. We're not doing that. Andrew said, "Oh, by the way, I noticed Amazon is adding a ton to the exclusion list." Oh, we will hit on that too, because we still have a couple minutes before the top of the hour. So people have been posting that they will get a product, go to upload it, and it has this little notification that says this product is excluded, which means that you can post it. For some, you can post it. For others, you can't even post it. But you will not get you won't get commission for it. And there's a couple of categories that are like, it's coming up more and more. I want to see if we can find a list of categories that it may be that they're coming up in. I know for one, there's I won't say the product because I know we're putting this on YouTube. But there's some products that are they've been seeing a lot of products in that particular category for that particular thing. They've been seeing them all come up with that you don't get any commission for it.
Art toys.
Get what Lane said.
The cleanest way I could think to say it.
And there's quite a few things, but there's like a couple categories specifically that I was like, well, that's interesting. Somebody said, every sample I request, I add to a wish list that I call CC, reached out to brand. That's another way you can do it, because by doing it that way, you can keep the list like private and not add it directly to the page. So that's another great example as well.
I'll add to it, Altovise, that for people on Logie, or if you have the extension, then every product that you just click add to Logie, and that's it, or add to collection from Logie, and you can have a Logie collection that is totally private, nobody sees it. And with the new addition that we added a couple of weeks ago, you can literally tag any product you want as creator connection, and then you can just filter all your products through that using that tag, and you can add more tags to it. So one product can have the tag creator connection and the tag pending. And then you can you remove the pending, and you can do in progress when you're actually working on it. And then you can have the tag in progress removed and add done. But you always have the creator connection tag. So now you can filter it through only show me products that are creator connection and are in progress, or only show me products that are creator connection and that I'm working on, or that are pending, or the ones that are already done. And you can just add tags to products. And that's what makes Logie so powerful when you want to really track your stuff. So it's fun and dandy to do it on Amazon, but on Amazon, it's a public collection and everybody sees it. And Logie is that superpower that really gives you all those extra ways of really managing your success. And then you can filter through brands, specific categories, specific tags. It just becomes like this, amazing way to just manage everything. And once you start playing with it, the sky's the limit, because you just say, oh my God, this is so easy when I use Logie to do it.
Again, it's beneficial for you if you are not already on Logie. It's beneficial for you as a content creator to come and join the community, come join the platform. That part. Let me go back. Andrew was saying, that Amazon has recommended a ton of products to me that he purchased. Then it took a week to get those products, and then they added it to the exclusion list, though it wasn't on there when they recommended it to me. And here's the thing, I think that they were updating the list because a lot of things went on that exclusion list, and people were like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why is this one excluded? But I think they were updating the list, and it kind of might have blanketed a lot of stuff. So they may have been doing some changes in the background. Again, we're not privy to things like that when they make those adjustments. We just see on our end, oh shoot, now it says excluded. But I will say this, Stephanie put it in the comments. She says she has earned commission from excluded products. She noticed when she checked for the Halo sales, which is interesting too, because again, with us not being able to kind of check those sales anymore, that's going to be, it's going to be, it's going to be really interesting. And I will, but not so much not being able to check it, but not being able to check it at the capacity that we can check it now. Seeing it before it actually gets shipped out. That part. Because again, a lot of people are using that to be able to find products. I'm wondering too if that will push more people to make purchases based off of the suggestions by Amazon, the recommendations from Amazon. Will that push people to do that more as opposed to what they're doing now? So that's an interesting kind of vantage point to look at it as because again, if they're making the changes, the changes are being made because there's something going to be beneficial for them on their end at some point. Somebody had asked the question too. They were like, I wonder if brands have to pay to be on Creator Connections. And I don't know if we got an answer to that in the last session or not, but I don't know. Is that a thing? Are you allowed to tell us that, Ahud? Do brands have to pay to be on Creator Connections? Or is there like
They absolutely do not have to pay on Creator Connection. Creator Connection, they pay us, the influencers, but they don't pay to be on the program itself, as much as I know, as far as I know. And the only thing is that not everybody has access to the connections. It's only in the United States of America. And based on the talking to hundreds of Amazon sellers yesterday, so for those of you who don't know, yesterday Logie was the sponsor of a very big Amazon seller event in New York City that is very known, and people are coming to it from all over the country. So yeah, we were the sponsors. It was amazing. I was on stage. Also at the end of the event, I was closing the event. It was really, really amazing to be the closing person on stage for everybody. We were very happy to be there sponsoring this with Levanta. It was really cool that Logie and Levanta were both sponsoring this event, and we it is so amazingly together, where Levanta is focusing on all the off-site traffic and Logie is concentrated on all the on-site traffic. So that was a very clear differentiation for people that said, wait, but what is the biggest difference between Levanta and Logie? And that it is that Levanta offers all this amazing off-site traffic for brands and using the brand's unique attribution link, whereas Logie is relying on Amazon influencers and on-site. So that was really, really wonderful. And a lot of these brands that we spoke to, mentioned that they don't even have access to creator connection. So either they really don't have access, like people say, or they just don't know where to find that access. Maybe it's hidden inside their Amazon ads menus and tools, because Amazon ads became such a huge department of Amazon, making them billions of dollars every year. It became a huge thing for Amazon. They never thought that their ads platform is going to generate so much money, and it did. So they're really heavily invested into this platform and adding a lot of features. And some of the brands just don't know how to utilize all these features. Um, so we know that a lot of brands don't even know it exists. And we know for a fact that if you're not an Amazon.com seller and you sell and you're located in a different country, then you just don't have access. And I spoke to an agency that also told me that even if you sell on Amazon.com, but you're not an American-based company, then you also don't. So you also don't have access to Creator Connection. But that was a meeting I had a few months ago with a big Amazon ads agency, and he said, "Listen, I have this guy that really wants to use Creator Connection, but they can't because they're outside of the US. So that's why they used Logie at the time." So it's very interesting to know. We will keep a very close eye, close eye on everything that's happening right now with Creator Connection and how to leverage it for everybody to really enjoy, whether it's a content creator, whether it's a brand. And unlike Amazon that cares only about themselves, we will try to make sure that we care about everybody else in that process. So I'm looking forward to see where this is going to lead us to.
Most definitely. And then I saw, of course, in the comments, people were like, wait, how, we didn't get invited. They asked, could they see footage? Oh, and are we going to have a Logie Creators Conference? Did we lose you, Ahud?
No,
what
but
we
I'm
have
always
right here.
muting.
This is the conference.
I'm always muting, and it takes me so much time to unmute because every time I mute, I go back because I'm on my phone. I go back to seeing you, and then when I need to reply, I need to move from one screen of the mute to another screen, and it's just like such a hassle. And I don't want to keep myself unmuted because I don't want you to hear like people honking their horns here and all that kind of stuff. So, but but as long as you can hear me right now, so the answer is absolutely yes. We're so looking forward to doing all that kind of stuff. Maybe when the weather is going to get better, we might do something in the East Coast, maybe New York, New Jersey, something like that, to get a bunch of people to come and see us in real life and have a good time in real life. I do want to give uh, thumbs up to Kimberly Millionaire, who was amazing enough to run her own in real life convention. She did it 2 years in a row. We were sponsoring it. It was called the Live the Live Life, because we were all talking about all these live streaming and all that stuff. And I was flying to Virginia to talk, and people would come, and it was one of the best events ever. And we said, listen, we have to keep on doing all those Logie live conventions so people can actually get out of their bubble and come and see other real creators and talk about stuff and really experience what it feels like to, you know, to hang out. So we are going to do it eventually. We have a lot of ideas. We want to even do some smaller meetups before in different cities. And if you guys want to help us make it happen and make it possible, then definitely reach out to me and the team, and we'll make sure that you know that we're doing it. And people are starting to really get to hang out with people like them that share the same style of living. And then eventually we'll do like one bigger event or a couple bigger events in the East Coast, the West Coast. So it's not just going to be big events for sellers. There's going to be some nice big events for influencers. And I think that Logie is really the one that should be doing something like that, because we're working with thousands of Amazon influencers, and we can really make something like that happen. But we just need to have Amazon stop for a second and not change everything every few weeks, so we can actually plan something which is not just, you know, try to figure out what we're doing every time Amazon is is moving the wheel to a different direction.
Most definitely. So I think we got to everything that was in the comments. Um, yeah, we do have some big deal days coming up. Of course, this is wedding season coming up, Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduation, and then of course those that will be getting ready to leave off to college. So we have some big things going on there for you to pay attention to content wise. That you'll see kind of going out, and then also some sales that'll be coming through as well. So we always talk about, I know we haven't done it as much, but talking about like some of the products that you would get for, certain things that will be an evergreen product for that. So like white shoes, there are certain schools that you can only wear white shoes or white heels for graduation. And so like white shoes around that May, June timeframe, the sales start to go up, or, things like that. So pillows, sheets for those that are going away for college. They do the XL twin size sheets for dorm rooms, different things like that. So we may get back to doing some of that as well, just to kind of give you guys some insight when it comes to what, some products that you can kind of look at and kind of start making some investments in as well. Yes, we are looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to those meetups, especially because New York, Jersey, Philly, I'm in Delaware. We're all right here. We're all right here. We can do something here. And we know that Utopia is over on the West Coast. They said Louisiana in the building. We got Michigan. So there's like, we could definitely do little hubs in different areas of the US and come together. Listen, David Peter said Washington State. Come on. Come through West Coast. I see y'all. Listen, come on, upstate New York. I didn't know you were that close to me. You're in New York? Okay. Yeah, I think we definitely could do something in New York. Mm-hmm. And then AHUD can provide cheesecake since we didn't get chocolate. I think that should be a thing.
I like that idea. That sounds like the best idea ever. Wow. Chocolate cheesecake.
Chocolate cheesecake. I'm for it.
And with nice M&M's toppings on top. Otherwise, Stephanie will not come.
With Logie M&Ms, definitely.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, that will be amazing.
All right. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you again. If you ever have content or a question or information that you're trying to get access to and you're not able to do so in the call on Friday, or you're like, I just don't want to put all of this into the comment section over on YouTube, make sure that you are in the Logie creators community over on Facebook. There's a group of us over there. You can ask questions. You can tag whoever it is you want to specifically ask the question, or you can just do it as a post in the group and we can come in and kind of give you feedback or information, insight. You can also make sure that you connect. If you're not doing so already, follow Logie on Facebook, follow Logie on Instagram, follow Logie on TikTok, follow Logie on YouTube. Stay connected so that way you can hear the things that are going on from the content creator side as well as from Logie, who is a platform that allows content creators to make even more money as an Amazon influencer. So we're super excited about that. And if you have suggestions about those meetups, let's put that over there in the group as well. So that way we can kind of see if we can get some of those set up for this summer. I think that would be good. With that being said, I appreciate the team as always, because you guys are behind the scenes and you do such an amazing job. The replays are usually up by the following Monday. And y'all, they give us all types of stuff. They give us the email letting you know that the replay is up, and they post it in the group to let you know that the replay is up as well. So you have access to the information. You guys have a great rest of your day and continue to be unmuted and unstoppable. See ya.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend.